How's it going, folks? Welcome to the video. Today's background noise is brought to you by rain, thunder, and lightning, because it's storming here. Yes, I'm aware that lightning is not in fact a sound, but that's not the point of today's video. Today's video is all about pranks on YouTube, and if not, it matters if they're fake and stuff. How's it going? I just wanted to say really quickly, I'm not attacking anybody or their preferences. I'm just talking about something that I think is a bit important to talk about. That's my girlfriend howling in the background, trying to incense the puppy. Ignore that. Yes, I'm not attacking anybody or their preferences, just trying to start a conversation. I'd also like to say that I'm quite new to this whole YouTube thing, and ordering my thoughts in video form is actually proving a bit more difficult to me than I thought it would be. It's very ad hoc, off the cuff. Sometimes I don't express myself in the most eloquent way possible. I could, of course, reshoot, but at the same time, I kind of just want to, do like a stream of consciousness thing, where everything's coming out kind of all at once, and we're just going to see what it is, and we're going to talk about that. If there's a point I make in this video that you don't really agree with, that you feel misrepresents the genre, or the form that is pranked incorrectly, please, let's talk about that. If it's big enough, I can make a video response. If not, we can just talk about that in the comments down below. That would be super awesome, okay? Thanks, guys. Okay, so this is kind of a big issue in the YouTube community, and it's something I want to talk about because I think it causes an awful lot of really unnecessary drama, because I think people forget about one key thing that is a really important aspect of content and the nature of content, and that is if or not it matters if it's fake. Or rather, not if or not it matters if it's fake, but rather if or not we realize that it's manufactured, that it's not spontaneous or natural, but that it is created by somebody. You know, it's not something that appears out of the ether, it's something that people put together and consciously construct. That's important to realize, I think. I think not realizing that and turning around and going, hey, this is fake, I hate it, is kind of unnecessary and something that we wouldn't go ahead and do if we really thought about it enough. So, yeah, let's talk about that. Two things I want to say. First thing, I'm not talking about social experiments here. Social experiments are an entirely different beast. And also, second thing, for the first part of this video, I want to try and separate creator from content and just look at the content in isolation of itself. There are many, many creators out there who make prank videos. I'm not going to name any of them or allude to any of them because I don't feel like that's useful. I also don't want to court any kind of controversy, nor do I have a problem with anybody who makes prank videos in particular. Actually, I don't bother them. By and large, I don't watch a lot of prank videos. When I do, they usually make me laugh a little bit, and then I'm done thinking about it. So there's all of that. When I say think of the content in isolation of itself, let's forget about if or not the creator is saying, hey, this is real, or hey, yeah, this is fake. It doesn't matter what they're saying about the content. Let's just look at the content, okay? Let's do that. So, we're all experts at consuming media. We do it all the time. We watch it television, cinema, Netflix, video games, advertising, comics, books, novels, whatever, anything that is like printed or on a screen. Even, things that are spoken at you is media in some way, shape, or form. And we are experts at consuming it. We know what it is. It's like a language, and we speak it. We've been exposed to it from a very young age. We're very, very used to it. Now, this makes us a bit critical of what we see in the media and on screen, right? And so, as a consumer of media, I bet that you personally, when watching something or reading something, have turned around and said, I'm aware that this isn't real. Somebody put this together. These are actors on screen. Aragorn isn't really in Mordor right now. This is Viggo Mortensen. He's wearing a costume, he's using an accent, and he's in a studio somewhere. Or he's in New Zealand somewhere. But yeah, you might think about that. You might have those thoughts when you're consuming the product that is The Lord of the Rings, but you're doing something that's distracting you from looking at that process and deconstructing it. That is called suspension of disbelief. You are suspending your disbelief when you are watching something like that on screen, okay? And the same can be said for watching prank videos, because why not? Are you not, to some extent, suspending your disbelief when you're watching prank videos on YouTube? I know that I am. I'm aware that potentially some reactions are played up, some things aren't 100% real, some things are indeed scripted or controlled, but does it really matter? I mean, if you want to put away the criticality that's happening in your mind, like shelve it while you're watching the thing so you can enjoy it, what's wrong with doing that? I don't necessarily see why there's a problem with that. People have problems with that, and that is, I see, a source of controversy online, but I think it's wholly unnecessary. I don't know why you have to dissect content like this and turn around and like call people out or spread hate or, you know, drama or whatever about this kind of thing, when you wouldn't turn around and do the same about a movie or a TV show. You wouldn't turn around and say, hang on a minute, this isn't real life, hang on a minute, I know these people are actors, when you're watching, like, you know, a TV show or something like that. You just wouldn't do that. It'd be absurd. But it's acceptable for, you know, online. Now, obviously, part of that is because we have more access to the creators online. You know, you can't pause Lord of the Rings and scroll into the comment section and message Peter Jackson directly, but when you're watching a blah blah video, you can totally do that. You can pause the video, you can go down and say, hey you, this is fake and I hate you, dislike, and that's that. You can totally do that if you want to when you're watching a YouTube video. But, I mean, do you have to? Do you really have to? Can't you just sit back and enjoy the content? Other people do it. I mean, granted, other people maybe don't see the content like you do. They don't have that realization yet that, hang on, this might be fake, or aspects of this might be fake, but that doesn't derive or take anything away from their enjoyment of the product, and it doesn't have to take anything away from your enjoyment, you know, potential or otherwise, or not. At least I don't think so. That's just my opinion. So for the next and last kind of part, I want to bring back the creator, right? Does it matter if or not the creator is being honest about the genuineness, the integrity of the product, of the content, of the prank video? Does it matter? Kind of, is the answer. There are different sorts of pranks online. There are lots of different sorts. Some of them are very, you know, benign, that is, they are non-threatening, they don't really hurt anybody at all, they're just kind of silly and funny. And then there are the more severe ones, the kind of crazy ones that cause a lot of controversy and freak people out and divide people. It matters maybe if those are, you know, are faked, or if we're being lied to about those to some extent, because we sort of need to know. We kind of need to know, and we need to understand what the creator is talking about and explaining when they're discussing their content in this respect, because it prompts questions, it causes division. We need to see a little bit more of what's going on in order to get like a fuller picture and fuller understanding of the content. When it's something very benign, no, it doesn't need to be explained. It doesn't need to be told, you know, this is real, this is fake. I don't think it matters at all. And beyond that, in between, and indeed at the grander scale of things where the pranks are more severe, I think it's really up to your discretion as a consumer. Does it really matter to you in particular? Does it really matter, you know, from the content creator's perspective, if they have to explain it? Can it not just be consumed in isolation of itself and just enjoyed and then left, you know? Certainly you can reflect upon the content, but do you have to pull it apart? I mean, do you genuinely do that with other forms, other mediums, like film and television and stuff like that? I don't think that you do. And this is again because we have more access to the creator online, and it prompts more, you know, difficulties, more division, more anger and more drama and stuff like that. And I just feel like that's all super unnecessary. Yeah. Now, maybe I'm stating the obvious. Maybe you all know, hang on a minute, comparing pranks to movies and television is a super obvious thing to do. We've all thought about it, and we've all decided that, yeah, it totally matters that we don't suspend our disbelief here, but we can suspend our disbelief there. Fair enough. That's all I can say about that. Like, totally fair enough. That's really very fine. But, you know, for the vast majority of people, it seems, who like to consume this sort of material, it doesn't matter. And so, what is there to be gained? What do you gain from disrupting their enjoyment or calling out? I don't necessarily feel that it's conducive to, you know, a better community. And this is the point of this video. I do want to take a look at the community a little bit. Like, let's ask ourselves why we feel the need to do this, and if or not it helps things. Kind of future topic that I want to address is the fact that we are annoyed by a lot of content on the internet. A lot of content on the internet seems to get under our skin, and we like to talk about it. That's why when you go onto a video, there are thousands of dislikes. Why are they there? You see that in the comment section. Whoa, how could so many people dislike this video? It's because people go out of their way to dislike it. But, I mean, isn't that strange? You wouldn't like rent a movie, you know, pay like $7 or like €8 or whatever, like £10 to rent a movie or something like that, just so you could badmouth it. You wouldn't buy a book just so you could turn around and like write in the pages, "This stinks." But with, you know, YouTube, we can do that. And what I want to say on that topic is, why do we feel the need to engage with stuff that irritates us? Why can't we just leave it alone? Like, if you want to stop being annoyed by stuff like this, if you find that it's disingenuous, that it just doesn't appeal to you, simply stop engaging with it. It's quite easy. You know, there's the whole thing about cyberbullying online and stuff like that, where it's like, you know, why can't you just turn off, you know, the computer and stuff like that and, like, leave it alone? Different issue. Here you're not being engaged. The content is there for you to peruse if you want to or not, and you're choosing to, knowing full well that it's going to irritate you. Please ask yourself why you do that. Please ask yourself why other people maybe do that. I don't think it's productive or even useful. And I think it's the source of a lot of unnecessary, unneeded, and unwanted, you know, vitriol online. This is a bad enough space for a lot of people to be anyway, and I really do think that, like, we could do with trying to clean it up a little bit, trying to help each other, communicate, and be a lot more positive. And I think realizing these things that I've just talked about might help doing that. So yeah, I think that's it. That's it. Yeah. Yes, that was the video. Okay, so as always at the end of this, I hope you had a reasonable time. Sorry about the shoddy quality as always. Hope you thought some thoughts. Hope you're having a good day. Hope you had a good day. If it's early in the morning, I hope you will have a good day. Wait, did I say that twice? I don't know if I said that twice or not. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Lads, just take care, okay?